Hello and welcome back to the Buddies Much podcast. I'm Andrew and I'm here with
Chase.
And I'm Sean.
And today we are talking about a very popular anime, Naruto. But before we get into it, if you all could just like and subscribe, and if you want, leave a quick comment. We'd love to hear what you have to say. We get very heated and we rant a lot, but we want you to join in. So let us know your thoughts throughout the video.
You could say, make it your Nindo way.
Yeah, do it. Make it your ninja way to like and subscribe. But Naruto, very popular anime. We've all seen it. We've all pretty much finished it. We watched it a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
But
Naruto is as basic as it gets when it comes to anime. Like,
yeah,
it like that is the OG. Maybe not the OG.
it's
but
one
like,
of the big three.
Yeah,
It's
It's a long boy.
the fourth highest selling.
Doesn't surprise me.
What's the first? I'm
One
curious.
Piece.
It is followed by Dragon Ball, Golo 13, and One Piece. And I've never heard of Golo 13, so.
Really?
Okay, interesting. But it wouldn't be a podcast without the rating system. Chase, what would you rate Naruto
10.
as a whole? A 10? A perfect 10?
9.65.
Six-
9.65. Wow.
That's very
Okay.
precise.
All right.
I'm going to give it a 9.5. I love Naruto.
Naruto is one of those shows that's actually made me like feel things. I'm gonna say an 8.
Okay, that's pretty high for Sean. So
Very high.
I mean, yeah, that's high. for me.
Highest is
yeah, so we'll take it. Let's dive right in. Let's talk a little bit about when Naruto was first airing. This is not Shippuden. This was just OG
Just
Naruto.
Believe it, Naruto.
Yeah, good lord.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure they made a joke about that. Like later in the show, they had adult Naruto like look at himself as a kid, and he's like, "Wow, was I like that?" Like,
But what are some of the likes of Naruto?
Character growth.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
Definitely.
that's like the cop out, but yeah.
but well, I mean, that's sort of a benefit of having 800 something episodes. Like, is that you actually do get to see progression. That you can take the time to say, "This is something he's been working on for a year or more."
Yeah,
You
as
know?
a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I guess we can also jump into Shippuden because now I just want to talk about Shippuden. 'Cause I instantly failed that. But I agree. I think the character development, minus a few characters, I think they get kind of left behind. But you really get to see the progression and the power level kind of creep up.
Definitely.
And it does get a little ridiculous, but that's anime. Like it's,
Pretty much.
You,
I mean,
you have to take that with a grain of salt.
If
But-
you've ever seen Dragon Ball, like there's
Oh,
always
gosh,
someone
yeah.
stronger, you know, like
Yeah, there's always a next level. But one of the main things I love about Naruto is, I mean, let's just talk about the fight scenes. They're amazing.
some of the best fight scenes in anime, I think.
I agree. What are some of the best fight scenes that you personally love?
Oh.
I know there's a lot.
Fight scenes as a whole, towards the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The end.
Madara versus everybody.
That's a good. I was
I
gonna
love
say that
how
Madara versus
everyone
everyone.
calls it that too. Like everyone knows. Oh yeah, Madara versus literally everyone.
That's
That
a
was
good.
pretty cool.
I think I have two that top the list for me, and one's at the very beginning, and one's at the very end.
Oh, that's come full circle.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
So in the very beginning, when they're doing their tuning exams, they pit the students against each other, and I mean, it's a pretty emotional fight, but mostly for me because I love Rock Lee. I feel like I connected with him a lot. So when Rock Lee fights Gaara, and he's, you know, he drops his ankle weights and he's zipping around and he breaks his legs, you know, very emotional. And he gets up and Guy Sensei's like, "No, I'm sorry, I've done this to you. Like, you're pushing too hard." I was like, "Oh." That was a good scene. I remember talking to your brother about that one. And I was like, "Oh yeah, dude, if only I was like a master of Taijutsu."
I was there for that.
And he was like, "You don't have to be in an anime to like be good at fighting. Like you could just go to the gym, dude." I was like, No, it's not the same, man.
I have to be in that world. Yeah. That's funny.
But the other one is at the end when Guy Sensei fights Madara. He opens the 8th gate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. And he's, I, Madara, name you the strongest. I was like, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
That was pretty cool. That like even Madara, who's pretty narcissistic, is like willing to admit, like he's like I'll acknowledge this chakra of yours or whatever.
Oh,
And
yeah.
He
Oh, yeah.
even admits like, all right, you.
Like that's
pretty cool.
That's kind of scary.
If we haven't mentioned it, massive spoilers. But
Oh yeah, I
Look,
mean,
about
how
that-
old is this anime?
yeah,
It was started in 1997.
No
Went on
way.
For 17 years.
that's
Wow.
crazy. So let me ask you a question, both of you, about the Guy Sensei fight. Do you think Guy should have died?
Yes,
Yeah, I
100%.
agree.
He should have died.
100%.
I feel like it was kind
I actually
of.
thought he died, or like
I think we all did.
Well-
Just his legs got hosed. That's
But like when he's on the ground, he looks pretty mangled.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
no.
Naruto hits him with the old 6-path.
that's
Stuff.
dumb because like he said his goodbyes to Rock, and
Yeah.
you know like
He
that
should've
fight
died.
was really emotional. That like
And that, like we've known the rules up until that point. If you open the 8th inner gate, you die.
You
That
die.
That's just how it is. That's the trade.
Well,
that,
and-
that's something they've been saying since Naruto, the
Yeah.
beginning.
and they weren't afraid to kill people off until then.
Seriously,
Yeah.
like tons of people died up to that
Azuna,
point.
is that right? Azuna or Ma?
Azuma,
Azuma. Sorry,
Azuma.
Azuna's from
And
SAO.
SAO,
And Neji,
Neji,
like 2 episodes before that or something like that.
Jiraiya. I mean, pretty
Jiraiya,
big
yeah.
characters. Yeah, they'll kill off. I wish we would have seen Guy die, and then later there was like some kind of scene where they're at his grave remembering him. I don't know.
Yeah.
It would have been a cool,
Yeah, definitely.
touching scene.
So-
It would have been better.
Still a cool fight though.
Oh, it's an awesome
Yeah.
fight.
So until I see you again playing in the background.
Oh, gosh. Wow.
yeah.
So I think for me, oh man, dude, there's so many. I really like the Pain fight.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I
yeah.
love the Pain
Oh,
fight.
yeah.
Just Pain. It's a really long fight, but Pain attacking the village, and then he pretty much attacks. It's kind of like a Madara thing. He attacks everyone. He's just owning everyone. Then Naruto shows up, and that's the first time we see Naruto with Sage mode,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
and that's kind of the first time you take him a little seriously.
Oh, definitely.
'Cause
there was some
he's
emotions
there to,
flowing in that
like,
fight.
Get stuff done.
See,
but-
so the part, sorry, the
No,
part
no,
that
go
I
ahead, go
liked
ahead.
about that fight is that, you know, as you watch the show and Naruto's getting stronger and stronger, he's got that demon inside him, and whenever he kind of loses control, the demon comes out little by little.
Oh, I know-
You
yeah.
see one tail, and then 2, and then 3, up until 9, when it's like, oh, shit, just
He's
hit the
out.
fan.
Yeah.
But the girl who likes him, Hinata, jumps in the way for him, and she gets stabbed in the process.
Oh,
Instant
yeah.
4 tails. He's
Yeah.
he lost it, and I was like, oh. You feel the weight of that fight and the pain that they're the pain that they're going through.
Well, that's like the best thing about anime is you have all this time, you know, pretty quick episodes, but still like so much time to create. You know,
To world build, really.
yeah,
definitely.
for sure.
Yeah. Again with the Pain fight, it just there was so much emotion in it because that's the first time Hinata confesses her love to Naruto, and we had so much of just her crushing on Naruto.
Will they, won't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's finally something happening.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone screamed at the TV at that point, and then you have the whole thing with Nagato, who's controlling Yahiko through the Renegon.
those chakra rods.
Yeah, the chakra rods, and you learn his tragic backstory, and you know we're still fresh off Jiraiya dying. There's just a lot going on. Pain is just freaking OP, and
Yeah.
anyway, it was a great fight. My other fight, not as in depth as the other ones, but I love the 5 Kage versus Madara at the very end.
Oh yeah.
That's
I
tight.
I thought it was really cool to finally see like the 5 nations like working together, and they're willing to like put aside their differences and be like, yeah, we got to kill this guy like right now, and they're just getting pwned in the process.
I mean,
That last arc, there's a lot going on.
was
We could
that
go-
the one where he like drops a comment on him,
Yep.
and he's like, "That very well. What are you gonna do about the second one?
What? Yeah, that
was
was pretty cool.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What was the thing that sold you on Naruto?
Like that one moment where you're like, yes.
Like,
Like
you're
okay,
watching
now
it-
I need to watch all 800
Yes.
episodes. That's a good question.
That's a really tough question. And I think
I caught the bug really early on, like
yeah,
maybe 10-ish episodes in.
I think
Probably
there's-
whenever they start the tuning exams.
That's what I'm gonna say. Like I think there's different spots where you like, because as Naruto progresses, it gets a little deeper and like there's a bit of more emotion. But I think everyone loves the concept of the tuning exams. It's in every anime. It's in Hunter x Hunter. It's in My Hero.
Yeah.
Like the tuning exams were just so cool to watch the students prove themselves and see everyone's new abilities and
Yeah.
stuff. I think that
It
that
gives
was what
everyone
sold
a
it.
reason to push. And
And then the first time I got in my feels was probably when Tsunade was like telling Naruto, "You have a couple days. If you can learn the Rasengan in a couple days, I'll give you my necklace." And she's like, "You can't learn it." And then he ends up using the Rasengan to save her later against Kabuto.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh my gosh, he did it! He used the
that was the
Rasengan."
first time I got you in the field.
I think so. That's
Not the Gaara fight.
no. I mean, I know you really liked that fight, and I do too. But
I admit that may be just a me thing.
yeah, it's like Rock Lee. Yeah, he's cool, and Gaara's cool, but I don't know. I just
Just that guy
What-
Sensei was like, I pushed you too hard.
yeah, and of course I love those characters. And the other one that really got me in my feels was when Azuma died.
Oh
That one
definitely.
hurt hard because then you learn Kurenai's pregnant, and
Well, Asuna was one of your favorite characters, but even
Yeah,
before that,
he was. He
even
was.
before that fight.
they had to kill him.
the thing that sold me, dang it, I'm blanking, but the fight with the spiny bone dude,
Oh, Kimimaru
Kimimaru.
Oh, the drunken
with
fist.
the drunken fist.
That was fun.
I think that was pretty early on still.
Yeah, it was still
Yeah.
it was still baby Naruto.
Yeah, but man, I think that's what got me just set on Naruto.
I also forgot. Sorry, I'm ranting. I also forgot about very early on in Naruto, Zabuza and the bridge.
Yeah.
That's actually
That was a good one.
pretty intense part
Yeah.
with Haku and
Yeah.
Sasuke and Naruto. Just everybody's just trying to survive, really.
Yeah, I mean,
But what other likes? You know, we usually go into likes and dislikes. What other likes do you have of Naruto before we get into the dislikes?
oh boy.
It's hard because
This is kind of a like and a dislike, but I liked that it was long. I liked that
They
didn't-
had time to tell a
They
full
had
story
time to tell a really good story.
over like a long period of time as well. Like not just like here's what's going on in this year. It's like over 10, 15 something years.
Yeah, and they really flush out the story where they do a good job of breaking it into pieces where, you know, first we're after the Akatsuki, you get to meet the Akatsuki. All right, well, why are they capturing the tailed beast? And you kind of get more and more and more. And then at the end, it kind of gets a little screwy. There's like a plot twist at the end where you're like, I didn't see that coming, but okay.
They're just
With
throwing everybody in.
But,
Who's like your favorite villain or like your favorite arc?
favorite overall story arc?
Sure. Because it does come in waves.
Yeah, for sure.
Itachi.
Oh, you like
That's cool.
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, the
just
whole
like
thing
the whole
was
like,
like-
Sasuke hunting Itachi kind of thing.
Well, no, I'm talking about just like Itachi. Like, you know, my family's bad people.
Gotcha.
I'm a cop. I'm gonna just murder them, but like, you know what? I'm not gonna kill my baby brother. I'm actually gonna go deep undercover. Like, I don't know. I really like the Itachi storyline.
Hmm.
I think it's kind of sad that he died a little too quickly, but
Yeah.
I thought it felt okay. That it
yeah, I
felt
guess it was okay.
that
yeah.
like that he had sufficient time to like
I just wanna,
flesh
like,
out his
see more
story,
of
and
him.
then
For sure. What about you, Sean?
maybe I'm just a fan of like all the old stuff. I loved Orochimaru and like
Yeah.
Kabuto and like
That whole arc.
yeah, like having I guess it spans sort of the whole anime, but like Orochimaru going from this psychotic genetic experimenting person and then sort of shifting to like, okay, like this is my home. I do have memories here. I do not want it to be exploded into nothing. So like he's kind of helping from the background. See, like he's sending in the reanimated dead Kages, and
Yeah. I think for me,
it's kind of a bad guy, kind of a good guy.
yeah, it's true. I think it's just the hunting of the Akatsuki. I think that was a really cool arc. They were just great villains, and we had so many good fight scenes with the Akatsuki. And I also want to say the end arc, but I feel like that's such a cop out because I did like the Naruto Sasuke fight scene at the very end, and I don't know, there was a lot packed in those last 20 episodes, especially in fighting like Kaguya and all that stuff. But I also really loved that arc. It kind of just wrapped things up nicely. But let's talk about some dislikes, unless you guys have some more likes.
I mean, I can probably go on all day about likes.
Yeah.
Dislikes?
Same.
I'm sure more likes will pop up.
There's
but-
only a few
Yeah.
dislikes.
Start us off, Chase.
Hinata. Not Hinata.
Hinata.
I was like, whoa!
You mean Sakura?
Sakura.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Fish healer.
A lot
Sakura
of people
was
don't like
just
Sakura.
useless. But honestly, it's a like/dislike where you kind of have to hate someone.
You love to hate her.
No, I don't love to hate her. I just hate her. You just have to hate someone.
She's good at healing fish.
I don't
give her
really
that.
like that they try to put her on Naruto and Sasuke's level a little
Yeah.
bit, and it's like, no, she's not. Come on.
And also, I know this is with anime, like, just normally, but, like, useless filler.
That's what I was gonna say.
There's a lot of filler.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like a plus and a negative, that like there are a lot of episodes
There's a lot of good filler.
and there's a lot of stuff that
Yeah.
really doesn't need to be in there.
Yeah, that's my big thing. Again, I love Naruto. Probably one of my favorite anime, if not my favorite anime, but there's so much filler. And if it's good filler, I'll watch. Well, I always watch.
Right.
But there's some stuff where I'm watching it, I'm just like, yo, why did we detract from the fight scene to do 20 episodes on the Star Village, people? Like, come on. You're killing me.
I met someone once who was like, "Oh yeah, that's my favorite episode arc," and I was just like, "This conversation is over."
Goodbye.
The Star Village, jeez.
Yeah,
Didn't he meet like some other kid, and he was like, "Oh, I also have a piece of the fox spirit," and it was like,
Yeah.
"What are you
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about?"
He had like a remnant of
Or something.
of the nine-tailed fox.
Kumara.
But yeah, a lot of filler. Man, I'm trying to think some more dislikes. So at the very end, this is like super nitpicky, but at the very end of Naruto, when they're battling Kaguya, the god, right? A lot of people were upset, and I was mildly annoyed, but a lot of people were upset that right as Obito died, he gave his eyes back to Kakashi somehow. I don't know how.
just like,
No. He'd
like
already
football
died. He did
throw.
it like in spirit.
oh,
So he awakens them again, and then he uses perfect Susanoo. Like, he didn't have to go through the bone stage, the muscle stage. Kakashi's just like, boom, perfect Susanoo.
yeah.
And you're like,
Kakashi would be the one to do that, wouldn't he?
I like Kakashi, I do, but that was kind of like okay, like, really, writers? That was
Yeah.
a little too much for me, but I don't know. That was one little thing I didn't like. I guess another thing is that the use of Hashirama cells every 2 freaking seconds.
Oh yeah.
It explains everything. It's the end all be all. How did this person do this? Oh, Hashirama cells.
Yep.
How did this person come back? Oh, Hashirama cells. And the other gripe, you can never know if someone's really dead because they bring everyone back.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously. Like,
Which is cool, but
every 2 seconds, like they brought back Jiraiya, they brought back all
no,
the
they
Kages.
didn't bring back Jiraiya.
Yeah, they did
Jiraiya?
in reanimated form.
No,
Are you sure?
Jiraiya Sensei,
Yeah,
the pervy sage.
I swear I saw him with like
Nah.
the black eyes and the cracked up face.
No, did you see that fan art thing that they made?
Was it a
where,
fan
where
art?
he's like looking over the village?
Was it a fan art thing?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
No.
I'm stupid.
No, they
I
didn't.
fell for it.
They brought back like literally everyone else though, like all the Kage,
Okay.
everyone, all the Akatsuki. I mean, which was cool.
Maybe that's a
Minato.
dislike, because I can't keep the story straight. It's just like there's too much. But that's not really a dislike. I like content, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk a little bit about. I know it's not Naruto, but it's kind of Naruto. Boruto.
Oh yeah, I actually haven't seen. I know the premise of the show. I haven't seen any of it.
So I actually dropped the show. I watched a lot of it, and I had to stop because it just bugged me so much.
'Cause it's
Bugged
not
you how,
Naruto.
like,
Not Naruto.
It's like all the kids way stronger than the parents for some reason.
Yeah, so everyone's grown up. Naruto's the Hokage, and Sasuke is on good terms with the Elite Village. Right?
Sure.
He's a good guy now. And all of the kids are pretty much younger or just the same as their parents with little differences. But the kids are much stronger than Naruto was when he was a kid, and that's because society has more technological advances, and the villains in Boruto are remnants of Kaguya, who's a god. So it's like god remnants, right? So they're very powerful. But they just did everyone dirty. Naruto he only uses taijutsu.
Why?
I mean, he sometimes will do a Rasengan, but like he's so weak. And
is it like one of those things where it's like I'm too strong, so I have to hold back? Or
I think the show is just like, we wrote ourselves into a corner, making them so powerful because they took away the 6 paths stuff, but he still has Kumara. But then they kill off Kumara.
They kill Kumara?
What? Kumara? You guys didn't know this?
No.
I haven't seen any of that.
In Boruto,
Spoilers.
Naruto runs out of chakra. He needs more, and Kumara's like, "I'll give you more, but I'm gonna die." Gives him chakra, and boom, Kumara's gone. The 9-tailed fox has died.
That's bull.
Is that
crap.
possible?
Not really, because when a tailed beast dies, it just comes back.
Yeah.
But I guess he does. I don't know. I dropped it, so I didn't stay long enough to see where it goes.
I feel like, was it like an end the world boss kind of situation, or
I
he
don't
was just like,
remember.
you're tapped dry, son.
And then Sasuke's got an arm missing, which is fine, and then he loses his Renegon.
Just for fun.
I don't remember how. I think he's trying to save Boruto, but he ends up losing the Renegon. So I'm like, why are we
That's so
nerfing
strange.
everyone so
That's
hard?
strange.
But Sadara learns the Chidori super quick. She unlocks her Sharingan super quick.
Is that the little girl?
The Uchiha girl, yeah.
She's got the Sharingan, but still has to wear glasses.
That's funny. But,
That makes no sense to me.
Boruto learns the Rasengan super quick.
Yeah.
Super
Does
quick.
he do the whole clone trick, or is
No.
it just like boom, Renegon?
He has his own
Rasengan.
version of the Rasengan called the Vanishing Rasengan, where it goes invisible.
Oh.
Which is pretty cool.
Okay.
But it's
Sequel syndrome.
yeah. But like they did Konohamaru so dirty in Boruto.
Really?
He gets his butt kicked a lot.
Is he like the new academy teacher or whatever? Just
He's like the new quote unquote Kakashi.
Oh, okay.
He
All right.
he's in
He's
charge
like the
of
teacher.
that. Yeah. But like they'll be in danger to be like, step back, I got this. He doesn't. He really doesn't got it. Boruto has to save him every 2 seconds.
See, that's kind.
I wanted him to be super OP.
Yeah.
Like just like Kakashi. Like
Exactly. Like that was kind of the appeal to Kakashi, is that he always was like, you get the feeling that he's holding back all the time.
yeah, he always knows what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That like something like shit'll hit the fan and Kakashi's like, yeah, it's cool. Like I can take this guy in my sleep. You guys can handle it.
Yeah. But I would not recommend Boruto. There are some cool redeeming qualities. They got not Orochimaru. He's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I heard about it. Like Orochimaru clones himself.
Yeah, and
That's yeah.
he's like has sage jutsu in him.
Okay.
So like that's just part of like his anatomy.
Okay.
And so he can use it but not he runs the risk of dying and stuff. It's pretty cool.
If you say so, that doesn't sound pretty cool.
it was a pretty cool scene. He has sage jutsu. Anyway, it was interesting. But anyway,
Have you guys seen any of the movies?
Nope.
I've seen highlights, but I've not watched a full length movie.
I watched 2 of there's like 10 movies, I swear.
Yeah, there's a lot.
You can skip it.
Yeah,
You can skip the movies. You don't really
They
get a
got,
lot
like,
from the movies.
Rainbow Rasengan, Moonlight Rasengan.
And
Alright.
like honestly, none of it's relevant
Yeah, it's
ever.
just-
Like it never comes back. It's just its own little side adventure. If you are obsessed with Naruto, go for it.
Yeah.
But you don't have to.
No, you really don't. But let's get into like your favorite character, your worst character, and then we'll close it off maybe with predictions. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
I mean,
It's ended, but I guess
yeah, I don't see a ton in the predictions section.
My favorite character. Kind of tied between Shikamaru
Oh yeah.
and Kakashi. I love Kakashi.
very nice.
You are not alone there. So many people,
But-
especially at like Comic-Con, you see people dressing up as Kakashi and stuff.
Yeah. And then worse is Sakura.
Sakura.
Yeah, soccer's pretty bad.
I mean, there's so many times where she's on screen and it's just like, go away.
I did want to mention one thing about Sakura while we're on the subject. So I mean, she's pretty useless most of the time, and you know, Naruto's always chasing after her, and she's always chasing after Sasuke, and that's kind of their little dynamic. But you remember that one scene where Naruto, I forget what he was doing. He's like, I gotta go somewhere and I gotta do something, and Sakura was like, "Don't go, I love you."
Oh, I remember.
And I swear,
That was-
everyone was like, "Oh no, you
It was, like,
didn't!"
manipulating the crap
Oh
out of
man,
him.
dude. Thankfully, our boy didn't fall for it.
Yeah.
But oh man, that was powerful. You know, I thought that was worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What about you, Sean?
Oh, I already mentioned it.
Yeah.
Rock Lee is my favorite character. Probably followed very closely by Guy Sensei. I like the energy. I like the in your faceness. You know.
Yeah.
It's cool to see an underdog story, and I feel like I relate to that a little bit. My least favorite character. I have to put some thought to this. I can't think of anyone that I was just like that I just didn't like. I feel like every character had a role to play. So I'm just trying to think of like boring characters that I don't really care about. So
Sure.
I mean, like 1010 comes to mind.
There you go.
just like never really did anything. What's the kid's name? Choji.
Mhm.
Choji. I mean, he had his moment in the sun a couple times, but not really. He's just kind of doing his own thing.
There's actually a funny meme. You know, in the beginning of Naruto, that there's a tree and a swing,
Yeah.
and he swings on that little swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a point. I don't know what point Naruto was, but that swing had a lot more screen time than 1010
That's funny.
by like a lot.
That's really funny.
I think anyway. So that was a running gag for a while. But I think, man, there's so many good characters in Naruto.
Yeah.
It's so hard because like I feel like I'm leaving people out, but I like a lot of the villains, man. I really liked Pain,
Orochimaru's high up there for me.
and I really liked. I did like Obito / Toby. I liked his backstory and stuff, and especially towards the end. But man, I just want to list everyone. I want to list everyone as my favorite character.
Madara.
Yeah, I liked Madara.
You had a huge boner for the second Hokage.
I do. I still do. The second, the third Hokage.
Third Hokage's man.
He's got the rooftop shuriken jutsu. That was weird, but
He's got the long staff jutsu.
yeah, the second Hokage I thought was so cool. I don't know why either. Just like he developed the reanimation jutsu, he had the water jutsu, and he was kind of a dick, but I didn't mind it. It was weird.
Yeah,
He
no,
was
yeah.
just like-
He was just he was a hard guy. you
Yeah.
know?
So, yeah, I liked him. My least favorite character, this might surprise you, was Danzo.
Donzo.
I
oh,
do not
That
like
does
Donzo.
surprise me. You got to explain now. Like
Donzo had so much going for him, and they like led us to believe he was really powerful. He had the arms with the Sharingan on it.
yeah,
And he dies so quick. He gets just freaking clapped by
that's fair.
Sasuke. He has to use the Izanagi on like because he dies 6 times but comes back with the Izanagi.
Yeah,
And I'm like, dude, you run a whole underground society. You're supposed to be better than this.
like
And
like the
then-
Black Ops. Yeah,
Yeah, and of course he's mean, but I didn't really like his personality. And then at the end, he's like, "Well, I'll just suicide it," and it didn't work. And I just thought it was super underwhelming. Like I thought this guy was so shrouded in mystery, and then he just like died in like 2 episodes. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
whatever.
yeah. There he goes.
Plus, he was kind of mean to Sai, but I get that he needs to be mean. But anyway, Naruto, good show
Good anime.
or good anime. Boruto, meh.
I haven't
We'll
even
see
seen
where-
it yet. I probably won't.
We'll see where it goes. I don't think it's doing very well, but I highly recommend it if you've got the time. Put in the hours, watch Naruto.
Who doesn't have the time these days? You guys can watch some anime.
I just feel bad recommending it 'cause people are like, oh, cool. Like, how long is it? I'm like, 500?
900 episodes.
500? And they're like,
Don't
bro.
even think about it.
Bit of honestly,
Half of its theme song.
honestly, you get started, you get into it, you're gonna want to keep going.
Yeah,
Like
for
it,
sure.
it really speaks for itself.
Yeah, it does. But let us know what you guys thought. Put down in the comments. What do you think of Naruto? What do you think of Boruto?
I want to hear your favorite character. Oh, hit my mic.
But that's Naruto. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.